Where are you from, boss?
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. You're in the car business?
No, printing. Ned Fleming.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Tesla Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Wow.
For more than 100 years, gasoline has made road transportation possible. The smell of fuel, the sound of engines roaring to life. This is the world we know, but something is changing. Elon Musk has always been the man to challenge what seems impossible. He made electric cars mainstream when no one believed in them. He built rockets that landed themselves without needing control when experts said it couldn't be done. Now, there's talk of something even bigger, and it is none other than a water-powered engine. But how does a water engine even work? Why would Elon Musk, a man who once called hydrogen fuel cells foolish, suddenly be interested? Stick around because what you're about to hear will blow your mind. The mystery behind the water engine. You might be asking, how can water possibly power a car? It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, right? The truth is, the concept of a water-powered engine isn't entirely new. People have been experimenting with it for decades, but it's never been taken seriously, until now. Imagine an engine that runs on water. No more gas, no more oil changes, no more emissions. Just pure, clean energy. It sounds too good to be true, and for a long time it was. The big question has always been, how do you make water a source of energy? Water itself doesn't burn. It's not flammable like gasoline or diesel, so how can it power a car? The key is splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen through a process called electrolysis. Hydrogen is a powerful fuel that, when used in a fuel cell, can create electricity. This electricity can then be used to power the car. When water is split into its two main components, hydrogen and oxygen, it's done through a process called electrolysis. In simple terms, electrolysis uses an electric current to separate the hydrogen and oxygen in water. The hydrogen can then be collected and used as a fuel. Hydrogen is an amazing fuel because when it's burned or used in a fuel cell, it only produces water vapor as a byproduct. That means no harmful emissions, no pollution, just clean energy. But there's a huge challenge. The current methods of splitting water are inefficient and require a lot of energy. For the process to be worthwhile, the energy you use to separate the hydrogen has to be less than the energy you get from using the hydrogen. This is where the magic happens. Elon Musk has a history of taking things that seem impossible and making them work. Take Tesla, for example. People thought electric cars couldn't compete with gasoline cars, but now Tesla is leading the charge in the electric car revolution. If anyone can crack the code on making water-powered cars a reality, it's Elon Musk. Musk has started to hint that hydrogen-powered cars could be the next big breakthrough for Tesla. There are rumors that Tesla is working on a new kind of fuel cell technology, one that could unlock the potential of hydrogen in a way we've never seen before. Instead of using heavy and expensive tanks to store hydrogen, Tesla could potentially find a way to make the fuel lighter, cheaper, and more efficient. But here's the catch. Hydrogen fuel cells are not a new concept. In fact, companies have been working on them for years, but the problem is, they've been expensive and inefficient. That's where Elon Musk comes in. Over the past few years, Elon Musk has been looking into alternatives to traditional battery technology. Instead of focusing solely on lithium-ion batteries, he's reportedly been investing in research into water as a fuel source, something that could be a game changer for electric vehicles. There have been whispers that Tesla is secretly working on a prototype that could make this a reality, a car that runs purely on water. This could be the breakthrough that completely changes the auto industry. Water as the ultimate fuel. When people think about a car that runs on nothing but water, it sounds like science fiction. But that's exactly what some scientists and innovators, including Elon Musk, are aiming to achieve. If water could be used to fuel a car efficiently, it could transform the entire automotive industry. There's no denying that traditional cars run on fossil fuels, like gasoline and diesel. These fuels are not only limited in supply, but they're also harmful to the environment. Carbon emissions from gasoline engines are one of the biggest contributors to climate change. This is why scientists are looking for alternative, cleaner sources of energy. Hydrogen fuel cells are one of the most promising options. But why hydrogen? And how does it change everything? Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and when it's used as a fuel, it only produces water as a waste product. That means it's clean, renewable, and could potentially replace gasoline as the fuel of the future. But creating an efficient way to extract and store hydrogen has always been the hurdle. It's expensive. The machinery to produce the hydrogen and store it safely is costly, and currently, the process to produce hydrogen fuel from water is energy intensive. Right now, it requires a lot of energy to extract hydrogen from water in a way that's economically viable. So to make water-powered cars work, we'd need to find ways to make this process more efficient and cost-effective. Just think about an engine that takes in water, extracts the hydrogen, and then uses that hydrogen to power cars. If it costs too much to make the hydrogen, the cars themselves will be too expensive for most people. This is a key hurdle to making water-powered cars a viable option. Then there's the storage problem. Hydrogen gas is very volatile. It's difficult to store it safely and efficiently. That's one of the reasons there's no widespread use of hydrogen cars today. Hydrogen is lighter than air, and if not stored correctly, it can easily leak or cause accidents. Engineers are working hard on safe, durable storage solutions to prevent these issues, but it's still a tough challenge. Even if the technology works and hydrogen can be safely stored and transported, the infrastructure remains a big question. Building a network of stations where people can refuel their water-powered cars would require a lot of investment. It's not just about building new stations. There's also a need to train people to handle hydrogen fuel and ensure that the stations meet strict safety standards. Despite these technical obstacles, the idea of water-powered cars holds an undeniable appeal when it comes to environmental benefits. Elon Musk has always championed sustainability, and this vision is no different. The environmental benefits of water-powered cars. When you think about it, the idea of cars running on water is fascinating because it could significantly reduce harmful emissions. Water-powered cars mean no toxic gases nor carbon emissions. Imagine the streets of cities free from the typical smog and air pollution we're used to seeing. This could drastically improve air quality in places where pollution is a major issue. In fact, some of the pollution we experience today is linked directly to the fuel used in cars. Traditional gas and diesel engines pump harmful chemicals into the air, contributing to global warming and other health problems. Moreover, there is the long-term sustainability angle. Water is abundant, and if we can extract hydrogen efficiently, we could create a virtually endless source of energy for our cars. This would reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, which are non-renewable and contributing to environmental damage. Elon Musk's ambition to create a world where cars run on water might seem like a dream, but the potential environmental benefits are too important to ignore. The fact that it could reshape the way we think about energy in general is a game changer. But what if there was a way to simplify all of this? What if the process of creating hydrogen could be made easier and more efficient? Elon Musk has hinted that a breakthrough is coming. If he's right, the day could come when cars no longer run on gasoline or electricity, but instead on something clean and limitless: water. Remember that the hydrogen gas is what can be used as fuel. It's lightweight and packs a lot of energy, which is why hydrogen fuel cells can power vehicles. The oxygen, on the other hand, just gets released back into the air as a harmless byproduct. So if hydrogen can be used efficiently to power a car, all it would produce is water vapor. The challenge is that electrolysis, the process that splits water into hydrogen, takes a lot of energy. This has always made it expensive, but Elon Musk has been vocal about the potential for breakthroughs in energy storage and efficiency that could make this process much cheaper. Elon Musk's Tesla has already been a leader in energy storage with its Powerwall technology, which stores solar energy for use at home. So if Tesla can figure out a way to make hydrogen production from water more affordable and efficient, it could change everything. What's even more exciting is the potential for self-sustaining systems. Think about a car that, when it runs low on fuel, could simply extract hydrogen from water in its own tanks. That's the dream. A car that doesn't need to stop at a gas station or charge at an electric charging point. It could just refuel with water. Tesla has always pushed the boundaries of technology. From autonomous driving to electric powertrains, Elon Musk's companies have taken risks that other automakers would never dare. That spirit of innovation is what might eventually lead to a major shift in how we think about fuel. The potential impact on the car industry. Now, let's think about the impact of water-powered cars. If this technology becomes practical and affordable, it could completely disrupt the car industry. First, let's talk about fueling infrastructure. Right now, the world is built around gas stations and electric charging points. For hydrogen-powered cars to become mainstream, there would need to be a completely new network of fueling stations. But that's where the beauty of water-powered technology comes in. Instead of relying on huge, expensive fuel stations, water-powered cars could potentially refuel almost anywhere. Hydrogen could be extracted from water using simple equipment, so a car could literally pull over to a water source, like a river or even a tap, and get its energy. This idea could revolutionize how people view mobility. You wouldn't need to drive to a gas station and wait in line, or search for an electric charging station. The future of cars could be so much simpler, just water and a little electricity. Now think about environmental benefits. The whole point of water-powered cars is that they produce zero emissions. Now that would be a world where cars no longer pollute the air or contribute to climate change. Every car running on water would leave nothing behind but clean air. If water-powered cars become a reality, the planet would start to breathe a little easier. The fuel industry might have to face a new competition, one that is clean and sustainable. This could even push traditional car manufacturers to make the switch to more eco-friendly models. But we must keep in mind that for this shift to happen, the technology must be reliable, safe, and efficient. That's what many experts, including Musk, are working toward. It's clear that the water engine isn't just a wild idea or a gimmick. It's a technology that could change the world. The potential to disrupt the entire car industry and even revolutionize how everyone thinks about energy is enormous. Elon Musk's belief in it shows how deeply he's invested in bringing innovative, sustainable solutions to the world. But as much as the water engine promises, there's still a long road ahead. Research, development, and breakthroughs need to happen. Governments, industries, and scientists will have to work together to figure out how to bring this game-changing technology into the mainstream. If Elon Musk's track record is any indication, we may just be looking at the future of transportation. A future where the water engine takes first place in the automobile powering innovation. Elon Musk, China, and Dubai, the future of water-powered cars. In a world that is increasingly focused on sustainability, clean energy, and the reduction of carbon emissions, a shift toward alternative energy sources for transportation has become a central theme in the global conversation. Among the many players driving this revolution are some of the most influential figures and regions, including Elon Musk, China, and Dubai. Recently, these three entities have made headlines by revealing their plans to develop water-powered cars, a move that promises to reshape the automotive industry and accelerate the world's transition to cleaner energy. Each has a unique approach to this groundbreaking technology, but together, they are ready to lead the way in a new era of sustainable transportation. Are there really going to be water engine-powered cars in the nearest future? Or is the future here already? Stay tuned to find out. Elon Musk, the renowned entrepreneur behind Tesla, SpaceX, and numerous other ventures, has long been a vocal advocate for sustainable energy. His work with Tesla has primarily centered on electric vehicles, which have been praised as a key solution to the world's dependence on fossil fuels. But Musk's broader vision for the future of energy goes far beyond EVs. Musk has always emphasized the need for a complete transformation in how humanity generates, stores, and consumes energy, particularly in transportation.
Tesla into universal filling station of EV era. Tesla will open part of its US charging network to electric vehicles, EVs, made by rivals now.
The introduction of water-powered cars represents an ambitious next step in this vision. Musk's announcement to develop water-powered vehicles is rooted in his commitment to reducing the global carbon footprint and addressing the environmental consequences of traditional fuel sources. The idea of using water as a fuel source for vehicles has long been discussed by scientists and engineers, but Musk's ability to combine cutting-edge technology and innovation brings this concept closer to reality. Water, a substance that is abundant and renewable, has the potential to replace fossil fuels, which have long been the primary source of energy for the global transportation sector. The science behind water-powered cars is based on the process of electrolysis, in which water molecules are split into hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Hydrogen, when separated from oxygen, can then be used as a fuel source. While the technology of using hydrogen for fuel has been explored for decades, the breakthrough that Musk's Tesla team is working on involves a new and more efficient method of electrolysis. For Musk, the water-powered car is more than just an environmentally sustainable solution. It is part of a larger strategy to challenge the geopolitical and economic implications of the world's reliance on fossil fuels. The volatility of oil prices and the environmental degradation caused by the extraction and burning of fossil fuels have made it increasingly clear that the world needs a more stable and clean energy source. Musk's vision for water-powered cars seeks to address these issues while providing a fuel that is universally accessible and abundant. But Elon and Tesla are not the only ones who have made plans to release a water engine-powered vehicle. China has also released statements on their progress concerning the same project. China is a country that has been praised for how fast and global their economy has become. Their technology development is not left behind also because they emerged as global leaders in renewable energy and electric vehicle development. They have also made significant strides in the development of water-powered cars. As the largest auto market in the world, China has been at the forefront of the push for cleaner, more sustainable energy sources.
China's appetite for energy is enormous. The country consumes about a quarter of the world's energy supply, 35% more than the US annually. Its energy needs have more than tripled since the year 2000.
The country has set ambitious targets for reducing carbon emissions and achieving carbon neutrality by 2060, and the introduction of water-powered vehicles is seen as a critical part of this strategy. China's interest in hydrogen as a fuel source has been growing for years, and the country has already invested heavily in the development of hydrogen-powered vehicles. But the shift toward water-powered cars takes this concept a step further. By combining hydrogen fuel cell technology with water electrolysis, China aims to create a more sustainable and efficient method of producing hydrogen, reducing the reliance on fossil fuels, and creating a closed-loop system that significantly lowers environmental impact. In recent years, the Chinese government has placed a heavy emphasis on the development of green technologies, including renewable energy, electric vehicles, and hydrogen fuel cells. The nation has already established a strong foundation for the widespread adoption of electric cars, and now, with the announcement of plans to produce water-powered cars, China is setting its sights on becoming a global leader in hydrogen technology. Several major Chinese automakers, including BYD, Geely, and NIO, have already begun testing hydrogen-powered vehicles and are exploring the use of water as a fuel source. China's approach to water-powered cars focuses on creating a seamless integration of renewable energy sources like solar and wind power with water electrolysis systems. In this vision, electricity generated from renewable sources will be used to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, providing a clean and sustainable supply of hydrogen fuel for vehicles. This model not only supports the global transition to clean energy, but also creates an energy ecosystem that is self-sustaining and resilient to the challenges posed by fossil fuel dependence. Dubai, on the other hand, has also made the decision to join in the race of companies and countries that are making plans to release water engine vehicles. Dubai is quite known for its extravagant lifestyle, iconic skyscrapers, and technological advancements. They have also announced plans to develop water-powered cars, joining Musk and China in the race to redefine the future of transportation. Dubai has long been a hub for innovation, attracting global attention for its ambitious projects and forward-thinking initiatives. The city's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has made it clear that Dubai aims to be at the forefront of the global push for sustainability, and the introduction of water-powered cars is part of this vision. Dubai's decision to explore water-powered vehicles is driven by its commitment to creating a more sustainable, environmentally conscious city. The move represents a significant departure from the region's traditional reliance on fossil fuels and marks a bold step toward embracing renewable energy sources. Dubai is positioning itself as a leader in the development of clean technologies.
Dubai's Road and Transport Authority recently won the Middle East and North Africa Green Building Award in the category of the Green Building Project of the Year.
And water-powered cars are seen as a key component of the city's future. The UAE government has already committed to ambitious sustainability goals, including reducing carbon emissions and increasing the use of renewable energy. As part of this commitment, Dubai has been exploring various green technologies, from solar power to electric vehicles. The introduction of water-powered cars is a natural next step in the city's ongoing efforts to reduce its environmental impact and improve the quality of life for its residents. The water-powered car initiative in Dubai is still in its early stages, but the city has made significant progress in developing the necessary infrastructure to support this technology. But with every great plan comes challenges and setbacks. Keep watching to find out what are the problems that come with making water engine vehicles. Challenges and setbacks of making water engine vehicles. The development of water-powered vehicles has been heralded as a groundbreaking shift in the future of transportation, promising cleaner energy and a reduction in carbon emissions. But even with the bold announcements from Elon Musk, China, and Dubai regarding their plans to make water engine cars, the road to making this technology a reality is far from smooth. While the promise of water-powered vehicles is exciting, there are numerous challenges and setbacks that have hindered their progress. These challenges span across technical, economic, and infrastructural domains, presenting significant hurdles that have yet to be fully overcome. One of the primary technical challenges that has slowed the development of water engine vehicles is the process of electrolysis, which is central to the idea of using water as a fuel source. Electrolysis involves splitting water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity, a process that is energy-intensive and costly. Traditionally, the energy required to break down water into hydrogen has often exceeded the energy that can be extracted from the hydrogen, making it an inefficient process. While advancements have been made in improving the efficiency of electrolysis, these breakthroughs are still in the early stages, and the technology has yet to be perfected to a level that would make water-powered vehicles feasible for mass production. Even with improvements to the electrolysis process, storing and using hydrogen is still a major problem. Hydrogen gas, which is the fuel generated through electrolysis, is highly volatile and difficult to store efficiently. Traditional hydrogen storage methods, which involve compressing hydrogen into tanks, are expensive, bulky, and can pose safety risks. Hydrogen's low energy density also means that large storage tanks are needed to provide a significant driving range for vehicles, further complicating the logistics of producing and maintaining water-powered cars. Although some companies have made strides in developing lightweight and safe storage solutions, the technology is still evolving and has yet to be widely adopted in the automotive industry. Another major issue is the existing infrastructure for hydrogen refueling.
The Toyota Mirai is remarkably simple to fuel, thanks to improvements in both the hardware and process of hydrogen refueling.
Unlike traditional gasoline stations or electric vehicle charging stations, hydrogen refueling stations are scarce and not widely distributed, especially in regions outside of a few key markets such as California in the United States. To make water-powered vehicles a viable option for consumers, an extensive network of hydrogen refueling stations would need to be established. This infrastructure is costly to build and maintain, and it would require a lot of investment from both public and private sectors to make hydrogen refueling a practical option on a global scale. Without this network, water-powered cars would face the same limitations as electric vehicles did in their early days, especially range anxiety and a lack of refueling options, which would discourage consumers from adopting the new technology. The economic viability of water-powered vehicles is another significant challenge. While the promise of using water as a fuel source is appealing due to its abundance and renewability, the cost of developing water engine vehicles is high. The advanced materials and technologies required to build these vehicles, particularly the systems for electrolysis and hydrogen storage, are expensive. The manufacturing processes for water-powered vehicles are also not yet optimized, meaning that production costs are likely to remain high in the short term. This makes it difficult for companies like Tesla or automakers in China and Dubai to make water-powered vehicles affordable for the average consumer. Until economies of scale can be achieved and the technology becomes cheaper to produce, water-powered cars are likely to remain a niche market for wealthy early adopters. There is also the issue of public perception and consumer acceptance. Hydrogen as a fuel source has long been met with skepticism due to safety concerns. Hydrogen gas is highly flammable, and while safety measures are in place for its storage and use, the public is still wary of its risks. This skepticism extends to water-powered vehicles, which are still largely seen as a concept rather than a practical, everyday mode of transportation. Shifting public perception will require significant education and marketing efforts to demonstrate that hydrogen fuel cells and water-powered cars are safe, reliable, and efficient. The shift to water-powered vehicles faces significant geopolitical and economic challenges. Reducing reliance on fossil fuels would disrupt oil-producing nations, which rely heavily on petroleum sales, potentially sparking resistance from countries and industries invested in the current energy industry. This resistance could slow the adoption of water-powered cars and hinder the development of the necessary infrastructure. International trade and cooperation will also be helpful in overcoming logistical issues, as countries like China and Dubai work on developing water-powered vehicles, but differences in hydrogen production, storage, and refueling standards could complicate the global supply chain. Geopolitical tensions and varying regulatory environments may delay progress. The scale of the transition is another immense hurdle. The automotive industry is vast, with millions of gasoline and diesel-powered vehicles worldwide. Shifting to water-powered cars requires significant investment in innovation and infrastructure, which will take time. This transition is not a quick fix and will involve concerted efforts from governments, corporations, and consumers. Overcoming these technical, economic, and political barriers will be a long-term process, and while progress is being made, widespread adoption of water-powered vehicles will take years to fully realize. This opens up opportunities for hydrogen-powered vehicles to excel in areas where battery electric vehicles may struggle, such as long-haul trucking, heavy-duty transportation, and remote locations where charging infrastructure is sparse. And hydrogen can be produced from various sources, including renewable energy such as solar, wind, and hydropower, making it a truly sustainable fuel. When hydrogen is produced through electrolysis using renewable electricity, the process is entirely green, resulting in zero emissions from production to consumption. This positions hydrogen as a key player in the global transition to clean energy and a low-carbon economy. Building on the success of the Mirai, Toyota has continued to develop hydrogen technology, bringing it into new forms and applications. The Corolla Cross Hydrogen 2 being the latest evolution of this effort.
It is a hydrogen-powered car, not an FCEV like the Mirai, which is also here, but a hydrogen-powered car with an internal combustion engine.
Showing how hydrogen combustion engines could complement the fuel cell approach used in earlier models, and how far Toyota can go to shake the world with unimaginable technology and innovation. While hydrogen fuel cells are highly efficient at generating electricity, the combustion engine approach provides another pathway to clean transportation. By burning hydrogen directly, Toyota is able to use existing internal combustion engine technology in a more sustainable way. This could potentially lower the cost of transitioning to hydrogen-powered vehicles, as it builds on established manufacturing processes and infrastructure. The hydrogen combustion engine maintains many of the characteristics that drivers are familiar with, such as the sound, feel, and response of a traditional engine, but with significantly fewer emissions. For car enthusiasts who are hesitant to make the switch to electric vehicles due to the differences in driving experience, hydrogen combustion offers an exciting alternative that combines the best of both worlds. When it comes to the key distinction between Toyota's hydrogen and hybrid engines and regular gasoline-powered engines, we can't deny it. This lies in the fuel source and the combustion process. Conventional gasoline engines burn fossil fuels, releasing harmful emissions like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. Toyota, however, is advancing alternatives that produce significantly lower emissions while still offering high performance. A conventional engine relies on gasoline to produce energy through combustion. In contrast, Toyota has mastered the use of hydrogen, a clean and efficient fuel, as a key component of its powertrains. Hydrogen-powered engines maintain the fundamental characteristics of traditional engines while drastically reducing environmental impact. The transition from gasoline to hydrogen or electric power not only eliminates carbon dioxide emissions, but also offers a pathway to sustainable transportation without sacrificing driving enjoyment or engine performance. Toyota's hydrogen engine technology is built upon a sophisticated combination of modern engineering principles and fuel innovations. One of the most astonishing advancements Toyota has achieved is maintaining engine performance with hydrogen as the fuel source. This breakthrough allows drivers to experience the same level of power and responsiveness that they've come to expect from traditional engines, while eliminating the harmful emissions associated with gasoline. Central to Toyota's hydrogen engine design is the use of an advanced high-pressure hydrogen direct injection system. This system ensures that hydrogen is efficiently delivered to the engine's combustion chamber, where it is ignited to create energy. The high-pressure injection allows for precise control over the fuel flow, optimizing the combustion process and ensuring maximum power output while minimizing waste. This innovation ensures that Toyota's hydrogen engines can match the performance of gasoline-powered engines while offering cleaner and greener solutions. Hydrogen as a fuel is less energy-dense than gasoline. It contains less energy per volume. To address this challenge, Toyota has equipped its hydrogen engines with turbochargers, a critical component that allows the engine to compress air and increase its energy efficiency. The turbocharger helps ensure that the engine can generate sufficient power, compensating for hydrogen's lower density. By compressing the air intake and increasing the amount of oxygen in the combustion chamber, the turbocharger enables the hydrogen engine to deliver performance comparable to traditional engines without compromising on acceleration or power. The use of turbochargers is essential for maintaining the balance between high power output and low emissions. Toyota's engineers have skillfully integrated this technology into their hydrogen powertrains, ensuring that drivers can enjoy dynamic and responsive driving experiences while knowing they are reducing their carbon footprint. What do you think? Will this technology truly live up to the hype? And how soon will it be ready to change the world as we know it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen and you will enjoy it.